Hey everybody, and welcome back to Toya's Cafe podcast YouTube channel. I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. I know you all haven't seen me in a while, or you all haven't not gotten a podcast episode. It's because I've been working on something special and just been working these past few months. Last night we tried this, guys, and if you saw my Facebook or my Snapchat, I did not include my audio. So I said I would just re-record on tonight. So I've checked it, everything. It's perfect. You all should be able to hear me loud and clear. Um, I just want to say thank you for continue to follow me and be subscribed to my channel these past few months, even though I have not put out any real content. I just want to say thank you for still believing and sticking right there by my side. Also to my clients of Taylor Consultants, Taylor Consultants. Thank you guys so much for trusting and believing in me to help you reach your credit goals. It has been awesome. So, Toya's Cafe versus Taylor Consultants. As you all know, the verses is something that's big around with the music artists. So I said, hey, I have two different brands, Toya's Cafe and Taylor Consultants, and both of my brands is serving, it's helping others. So I'm gonna do put out a little cute little thing like verses, both of my brands versing each other. So what does that mean? What does that look like as a whole? Okay, so all of y'all that's been following me with Toya's Cafe, you know that's my virtual cafe where we all come together and I give you all inspiration. I dip into my personal life journey, my personal life story, and I share hope, inspiration. I motivate you all so you can be the best version of yourself no matter what you are experiencing. And that's Toya's Cafe. And so when I came up with Taylor Consultants, as you all know, I've worked in the financial industry for about the past 13 years. And I've done things on the side for my family and my closest friends. And it's still helping and serving and helping people reach their goals. And so Taylor Consultants basically is what it says. We are tapping into your credit goals so you can buy that dream home, buy that dream car, build a legacy for your children. And at the end of the day, even though both are streams of income for me, it's something that I'm passionate about and it's still helping others reach their goals. So I said, why not all the time, but I have a platform with Toya's Cafe. I can combine the two, and this is where you have Taylor Consultants meet Toya's Cafe, where I will host little cool little credit videos on the basics of how to rebuild and how to establish credit. I will do that here on my YouTube channel with Toya's Cafe. I post when I post for Taylor Consultants, I post it on Toya's Cafe as well, because you may say, hey, I may not need help per se with my credit, but I do want to learn the basics of saving and budgeting and all the cool things with that. And so that's why I said, hey, I can combine the two. And so it's been very awesome. I've been very blessed to have the clientele that I have and reach the people that I need to reach. And so that's my play on Toya's Cafe versus Taylor Consultants. Um, the why behind it all. It's gonna always be my same why because I'm passionate. I'm passionate about helping others. I love people. I love to speak. I love to say, hey, this is what worked for me. Try it on yourself to see if it works. And that's pretty much my why in a nutshell of why I have Toya's Cafe and I have Taylor Consultants. But when I really think back on what really made me want to start Taylor Consultants, again, it's tapping into my personal life story. And you all that know me know I'm very transparent and know that I don't mind sharing the things that I've been through. And even though I tell my closest friends and my family, I feel that God allowed me to experience the storms that I experienced to help others. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the sacrifices that I've had to make because it made me first a better person, a better woman, and also it taught me life lessons and I can go out and teach my clients that my followers that like regardless you can make it. Like, yes, you can win. It doesn't matter your backstory. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how you were raised. You can win. It's a mindset. And for me, I had to see that mindset. I've made lots and lots of money before. I've had lots and lots and lots of money before. But my mindset wasn't there. I wanted to shop. And when I say that, I mean when I'm depressed, I shop. And you all know, once I lost my mom, I was off of work for like almost 5 months. I shopped 80% of that time. Instead of saving, I was spending money because it was a coping mechanism for me. That's how I dealt with losing my mom, because that was a familiar place for me, because me and her shopped together all the time. But when I look at the past 7 years, like, man, the money that I've spent, I could have saved and bought some investment properties and things like that. That's what really made me want to start Taylor Consultants. Yes, I do help people with their credit. Yes, hands down, that's what I do. But it's more than just helping you with your credit. It's explaining to you how to reestablish your life financially, how to help you reach your goals, whether it's wanting to buy a home in the next year, or buy your dream car, even something small as saving for a vacation, or setting aside money for your children's college fund, or savings for your children. I show my clients, I show people how to do that, and how to do it a way where it doesn't feel like it's pressure on you. So that's the purpose of Taylor Consultants. I tell anybody, there's hundreds of thousands of people that tell people, I'll fix your credit, I'll help you with your credit. Yes, it is. But what makes me different? First of all, I'm passionate about this. Second of all, I've worked in the financial industry. I may not know all what works, but I know the basics of what works and what can help you. And also, it's more about seeing people win and seeing people progress than it is about, oh my gosh, I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family. It's more than that to me. And also, I said it's not about me. It's about the people that I help. When I say I'm passionate about this, I'm so passionate about this because a lot of times what I've realized over these past few years, it's not that people have poor money managing skills. You just don't know. And when you don't know, you go off what's normal to you, living paycheck to paycheck, or no, you have a vacation in 3 months and you're gonna say, well, them 2 checks I get that month, I'm just gonna put my bills off to the side or rob Peter to pay Paul. That's the norm. Do I feel that people should be beat up on because of their norm? No, we just don't know. So that's where I come in and I show you. Now, have I made mistakes on this life journey? I'm 35. Of course I have. Everybody is entitled to a mistake. But what made me so different was my mother had excellent credit. My pops have excellent credit. My aunts have excellent credit. I was taught the formula. I was showed it at a young age. I remember being a high school senior, and I worked, I think it was at the Parks and Recreation in Augusta, and I saved all those checks. Then I got a job at Burger King, and I would save all those checks. And so when I'm looking at my savings account as a 17-year-old high school senior, I'm like, wow. But it's because my mother taught me. She taught me how to save and the importance of budgeting. But of course, you go through that phase of I'm grown once you get 18 and you start college, and the credit card companies come after you like vultures. They come after you. Apply for this, apply for that, apply for this. I remember being at South Carolina State, guys. Hands down, this is the truth. And if you went to South Carolina State, you can attest to this. They would have, I think it was Papa John's. If you applied for a Citibank credit card, you got like a large pizza for $7, or you got a large or a free small personal pan pizza just for applying for a credit card. So this was in 2003. So this was the tactics that they were using back then. Now you have social media is big. So that's how they're reaching these college students now. But back when I was in college, that's how they would get us. Like, oh, I can get a free pizza just for put my social security number, my date of birth and information. Didn't have a job. And I remember I think my highest credit card limit was like $5,000. I'm just a little 18-year-old. I didn't even have a work study job. But I knew better because my mom taught me. Because even though once I got those credit cards, they came to the house, she put them up. But as years and years went by, I was like, I'm grown. These are my cards. I'm going to do what I want to do with them. And I fell into this thing of credit card debt at 22 and 23 years old. Now, I did pay my bills. Don't get me wrong. I paid them. But I maxed them out. And that's something that I had to learn. And I've said this before. Let's fast forward to being 26 years old, having a major surgery that was thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I had a lot of medical bills. And what I did, I freaked out and I filed bankrupt. At 26, guys, working at the bank, filing bankrupt, I was so embarrassed when I told my mama. And you know what? She said, look, you're not the first, you're not the last, and I even had to do it. So even to hear my mom say that she had to do it and to see where she was at financially, like, this is not so bad. Now, do I recommend bankruptcy to my clients? No, we found ways around it. If it's all possible, we found ways for my clients not to file bankrupt. So with living through all of that, I said there's a need. There's a need to teach young people, to teach single mothers, and just people in general that, hey, you may have fallen to where you lost everything. You may have been in that spot where you're in the red zone for a long time. It's okay. You can get over it. But what you have to do, you have to change your mindset. And what I mean by changing your mindset, knowing that every event you can't make, every vacation with your friends you can't make, everything you can't buy. You can't go when Macy's have a sale on shoes and purses and go buy up the whole store. You just can't do that. Because when you want better for your life, you change your mindset and you start to change the things that you do. And that's something that I had to learn. I learned it the hard way, but I learned it, and it's okay. And I'm slowly crawling back to where I used to be. Because if you heard my story, I was 20 years old. Prime example. And I was able to purchase my first car. And I'm not saying a car that I went and got from a buy here, pay here, a car that I bought from Craigslist. I went to Milton Rubin Chevrolet in Augusta, Washington Road. And that's, if you all know my little black car I had, that car had 64 miles on it. I was 20 years old. My job had just closed at Burger King. My job closed on June 30th. On July the 5th, I went to the dealership and I drove off that car lot with no down payment, a 0% interest rate, and my car payment was $221.86 a month. That at 20 years old. Now, yes, I had credit cards. Like I said, I did. But at that time, my mom was still helping me manage those credit cards. And I had like a 780 credit score. And I was 20 years old. And I was able to get this car. So when I say it's possible, it's possible. And over the years, things happen. I grew up. I graduated college. Got a job in corporate America. Life hit. Being an adult really hit. It hit when I got 23, 24 years old. And so I made decisions that wasn't very smart financially, but I learned from those decisions. And being 35, I am so glad that I learned those lessons then versus now. And now I can help others to avoid that if they can. That's one of my main causes of starting Taylor Consultants. That I knew what I experienced and I knew what I was taught, and I want to help others. Like, it's more than me taking money from you. It's more of me helping you build, helping you understand that you can make it to the 700s club. You can make it to the 800s club. You want to go buy that house, that dream home, you can go buy it. Every day in this little area I'm in, right here on this, you all can't see it. It's this wall right here. I have a vision. It's my Dreams and Goals Daily Inspiration Board. There's a house that I pinned on this board 3 years ago. I look at that house every day because I know that that's my dream home. I speak it, I claim it, I know that it's mine. That's changing your mindset to say, how can I put this? We put a limit on what we can get out of life. And I was reminded by my uncle that you don't put a limit on favor and what God has for you. So when I say I look at this house every day, like, that's my house. Who say I can't get that house? I can have anything I want. I just have to work hard, push myself, and change my mindset and know that everything that I lost, God is going to give it to me triple, 4, 5, 6 times. These are the conversations I have to myself because I believe in that. I was born into greatness and I was destined for greatness. And when you start to believe these things, you will be amazed at the things that change around you. So, yes, finances is very important, but also you just have to know within here that you can do it. It's more than hiring somebody like me to help you work on your credit. You got to do the work too. Because I can do everything I can in my power here. And this is how much power I have. I don't have a lot. But you got more. Because as I'm helping you, you are still working towards your goals, paying those bills, not applying for all of this different credit that does not make sense. You doing majority of the work. I'm doing what I like to call the back of the house work. And you doing everything out there on the front line. So I build a relationship. I may not have to talk to my clients every day, but they know that my lines are open. I don't care what time of night, what day of the week it is. I'm open. You get a letter in the mail that you don't understand, send it to me. And together, we will figure it all out. Because we all need to get to a place to know that we can win. And we cannot allow our past to dictate where we're going to our future. We can't. You shouldn't do that. You should not say, I made 100 mistakes and that's why I've been dealt these cards. Don't think like that. You are bigger than that. You are bigger than your past. You are bigger than your pain. You are bigger than the heartaches. You are bigger than the struggle. You are bigger than that. You can win. But you just got to believe in yourself. Have faith and speak it. Even if you tell me I cannot pay you what you charge every month. You know what I still tell people? Let me take a look and see what I can do for you. Because I want you to win. You was not put on this earth to struggle your whole life. You was not put on this earth just to live paycheck to paycheck. You're supposed to live. You work hard. You work 80 hours a week. You are supposed to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Not work to pay bills. And a lot of us do. And something else I just want us to get away from is this mindset in our community that you living day by day. No. Start preparing for your future. If you want to buy a house in 365 days, start the day planning. Start. It starts with you. I tell my clients, there's nothing magical about my hands. It's nothing magic that I do. You doing the work. I just got the blueprint. I do the back of the house, remember? So don't look at yourself. If you're looking at your credit, and your credit is low, it's in the 5s, low 6s, don't beat yourself up about that. Because that can change. It may take time, but it can change. I see the results. I have clients that in 45 days, their credit go up by 100 points. You say, Toya, how is that possible? Because a lot of times, we don't know the law. I'll say that I'm not a lawyer yet. But we don't know the laws that protects us as consumers. And we get so afraid to challenge things. See, this is a tip that I'm about to give you all. You can challenge anything that's on your credit report. As long as you're not saying that it's not you, as long as you're not lying and trying to just get over, but you can challenge things that you don't know what it is. Do you know that collections agencies is not supposed to call you all day? That is a violation. I'm not telling you something that I read in a book. I sued Navient, Sally Mae, whoever they is, them, for like 3 years straight. I think they may have left me, when my lawyers looked it up, maybe it was like 375 messages that I didn't consent to. I never said I didn't owe Sally Mae, but Sally Mae violated me as a consumer. And guess what? There's laws to protect you when they call you, when they harass you. But if you don't know and you pay them, you can do a countersuit. So when people say, oh my gosh, people that repair credit, they're just lying. No, people that is doing it the right way, we know the laws. We may not know them all, but we know what's right and what's not right. And you will see that in your results. Medical debt. Did you all know that about the HIPAA law? That you can question a third party collection agency that's collecting on medical debt? You can challenge that. Yes, you can. Some things, the process, sometimes they don't want to deal with it because they know they have violated the law, and they will take that right on off your credit. When you pay collections and it sticks on your credit as a non-payable debt, you can challenge that stuff. And I'm telling you all this because we get so afraid and we just let things go by. At your job, would you just let something go by? Would you let your job not pay you for working your 80 hours or your 40 hours? No. So why let people that sit behind a computer terrorize your life? Now, I'm not saying don't pay your bills. No. Pay your bills, please do, and pay them on time. But when you start to being harassed, and when you really don't know this collection agency, you can challenge that. You can ask them, how did you get my information? When did I make an agreement with you? You can do those things. That's why I say I have the blueprint. I do everything behind the scenes. But you can, it's so much that you all can do. But we're afraid. We don't read. We don't go out and see what protects us as a consumer. And that's okay, because if you don't know, you just don't know. So when I say I'm passionate about this, guys, I'm passionate. I have a relationship with each and every client that I have. Whether I talk to them every day or every 30 days when I do an audit. But I let them know that together we're going to do this. Because I believe in you and I believe in your credit goals. I believe in you wanted to buy your property. I believe in you wanted to buy that house. I believe in you saying that you want to prepare to save up so your child can go to college debt free. I believe in that. It's personal for me. So when God gave me Toya's Cafe and God gave me Taylor Consultants, God knew what he was doing. Because it's personal. I take my journey and I put them into my brands and I help other people. That's the versus part about it. I take my pain, my storms, and I turn it into purpose, power, and stories to help others. Hey, that's it. So when people say, Toy, you done been through so much, how do you smile? I smile because it was worth it. It was necessary. Everything I've lost, everything I've been through, every teardrop I've had, it was worth it. Will I go through it again? I sure will. Because my storms have allowed me to help others. I've been helping people since I was a little girl. This is a gift that I have. God gave me this. Nobody can't take that away from me. Nobody can't take my testimony away from me. I've lost it all and lost my mom in the process. So when I say I've taken L's, I've taken them L's. But I got more wins and more W's than I do of L's. And I'm grateful and I'm so blessed for that. Get you a circle of friends that believe in you, that believe in your dreams, regardless of whatever it is. Get around like minded people, people that's going to help elevate you and not hold you back. When I tell you I got some prayer partners that when I come pray for myself, them sisters in the background praying hard for me. I've had some of my girlfriends to text me and say, are you okay? Because I woke up with you on my mind and I prayed for you today. They didn't even know that I was probably going through a real bad storm on that day. But get around like-minded people. Get around people that match your heart. My circle of friends have a heart like my heart pure as gold. I can't say thank you enough to my friends. They my sisters. Because in all of this, they've been right there. Get around people that ain't gonna knock you down when you already down. And when I tell y'all it's been bad sometimes, it's been bad. I went through a situation and I didn't know who to turn to. But I knew I could not keep it in what I was going through at the moment. And I told my best friend. And she said, T, what you embarrassed for? We all have had moments like this. What you need? I'm a giver. It's hard for me to take. But there's been moments where I had nothing to give. And I had to be obedient and humble and take what was being given to me. So my platforms, it's not about me having a million subscribers or followers or getting hundreds and thousands of likes. It's not about that. When I tell you this is personal for me, it's personal for me. That I eat, sleep, and daily think about how I'm going to help somebody. How I'm going to enhance somebody's life. How I'm going to elevate somebody. How I'm going to elevate myself. I got goals too that I'm trying to hit within the next 45 days. And guess what? I'm going to do it. It's my business. I'm going to do it. And like Tabitha say, that's my business. But I'm going to leave you all with this. You can win. Change your mindset. If you need help with credit, with your finances, with savings and budgeting, just contact me. You can hit me up by email. You can go to my Facebook, my Instagram. I'm on TikTok. You can contact me. Everything is confidential. Nobody knows who my clients are. That's our business. But I guarantee you, if you trust me, you will reach your goals. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You are important. It does not matter what you've been through. Let the past go. Let that hurt go. Keep smiling. You have purpose. In everything that you do, know that you have purpose. Know that wherever your life journey is going, is to greatness. Believe it, speak it, and claim it. And I guarantee you, you will start to see positive results in your life. Again, thank you for allowing me to just chit chat with you all on this Friday evening. Again, reach out to me. All the links will be in all the descriptions of how you can contact me. Um, be blessed, stay safe, enjoy life, live in love. I love you all. Good night.